Hi, my name is Cham Spidell, and I'm the owner of Persimmon Restaurant here in Bristol, Rhode Island. And today we're going to cook a local yogurt and vanilla panna cotta. We're going to serve that with some persimmons, some dried persimmons, and fresh persimmons. The first thing we need to do, though, is make an infusion. We're going to take a little heavy cream. And we need to warm this up because we have to melt some gelatin. We're going to take half a cup of sugar, whisk that together. We're going to take a vanilla bean split in half. We're just going to scrape the seeds out. Add the bean to the pot because we want to get as much flavor out of the vanilla as we can. Give it a whisk. What you can see are all the little seeds breaking up in there. We have to bring that to a boil. We have to get it hot enough to melt the gelatin and to infuse the cream. We've got 1.5 sheets of gelatin. Sheets are the best way to go. They're the easiest to work with. But you have to soften them in a little bit of water. Cold water. Don't put them in hot water. They're just going to dissolve. Once they're soft, they're going to look like that. So once they're pliable, squeeze any excess water out. You can pop that in there as well. Now mix it up. Make sure it's thoroughly dissolved. Our liquids come up to temperature. Again, we've got a little cream, sugar, vanilla. This is just our base. We're going to add the other ingredients later. We need to let that steep for half an hour. And we'll come back to it. So we've taken our cream off the stove. It's been infusing for at least 30 minutes. You can go longer. You can go an hour if you'd like. And again, we've just got a little cream, vanilla, and sugar. And we need to strain that through a fine mesh sieve. And get everything out of there. The beauty is the vanilla beans are small enough. They'll go through the sieve. But what we don't want going through the sieve are the whole vanilla beans. And once we do that, we want to take the cream mixture. We've got a great local yogurt. This is Narragansett Creamery yogurt. This is a whole milk yogurt. You don't need a low fat. You really want a full flavor if you're going to go, better go big. But you can substitute a low fat yogurt if you'd like. This is a little mascarpone cheese. This will help bring the whole thing together. Very creamy, very soft cheese. You just want to fold these together. They're already soft. We're going to fold them together. Then we add our infused cream. Add all of it. And again, we're going to mix it together. Just until it's homogeneous. Then we're going to strain the whole lot one more time. That way, we've got a nice smooth texture. There's no lumps. We're just going to pass it very quickly. Tap any excess. Then, there's a couple things you can do here. You can either pour this into a mold and refrigerate it, and in a couple hours it's going to be set and perfect. Or if you want to get fancy, you can pour it into, this is a silicone mold here. You pour it in here. And if you pop this into the freezer, these will set up nice and firm. So you've got these nice, perfect little rectangles. You just need to go in the freezer for a couple hours, pull them out once they're very firm, take them out of the mold, let them thaw for a good half hour room temperature, and you're good to go. Now we mentioned earlier that you could plate the panna cotta in its own ramekin. You could take all these ingredients and put them on top or to the side. We're going to plate it on a dish. What we've got here is the panna cotta that we pulled out of the mold. We put it center stage. We're going to take a little fresh persimmon and some of the dried persimmon. They're dried over a period of about 2 months after they come off the tree. Whole as they are, in a very specified condition. We mix that with a little bit of sugar. And then we just sort of ladle it on the plate. You can, at this stage, you can be as creative as you want. I like to have a little bit of persimmon with each bite of the panna cotta because they really balance each other well. So you may want to think that way. There's a couple other little goodies to fancify the plate, if you will. We've got some navel orange, which gives a beautiful acidity that sometimes persimmons lack. and they share the same season, which is important. We've got a little bit of shortbread crumble, which gives a nice crunch to this dish. We've just taken some shortbread and we've broken it down into a little crumble. We've got white chocolate. We've made a little plaque out of it. So it's a little hat for your persimmon. It also gives another unique flavor that really blends well with the panna cotta, the vanilla, and again the persimmon. We made a little puree out of all the little trimmings of persimmon. Oops, that might be a little too much. And then we've got some fun little petite anises, which have a very sweet licorice flavor. They're a pretty green, but they actually lend a nice complementary flavor to the whole dish. So very quickly, we put together a nice, elegant dessert.